Okay, gather around because you will not believe the drama that went down in Hawkins, Indiana. It's like this sleepy little town where nothing exciting ever happens until everything explodes into the craziest, most jaw-dropping story you'll ever hear. We're talking missing kids, secret experiments, freaky monsters, and a bald girl who can move things with her mind. The disappearance of Will Byers. So, it all kicks off on this random November night in 1983. Will Byers, this sweet, shy kid who's obsessed with Dungeons & Dragons, is biking home after a game with his friends. But he never makes it back. Like, vanishes without a trace. His mom, Joyce, imagine the most intense, take-no-crap mom you know, immediately knows something's wrong. But get this. When she starts investigating, she doesn't find Will. Instead, her lights start flickering, and she hears his voice through the walls. I'm not kidding. It's like her house is haunted. Of course, the town thinks Joyce is losing it. Even Chief Hopper, the local cop with a rough-around-the-edges vibe, writes her off at first. But then weird things start piling up, and he can't ignore it anymore. Hopper's got this tragic backstory that makes him super likable. His own daughter died, so when Will goes missing, it stirs up all these emotions. He starts digging, and what he finds? Let's just say the rabbit hole goes deep. Enter 11. Meanwhile, Will's friends, Mike, Lucas, and Dustin, are not about to sit around waiting for adults to figure things out. They grab their walkie-talkies, hop on their bikes, and go looking for their buddy. But instead of finding Will, they stumble across this weird girl in the woods. She's got a shaved head, no social skills, and she's wearing a hospital gown. Totally sketch, right? They take her in and hide her in Mike's basement, because what else do you do with a mysterious girl in the middle of a small-town crisis? They call her 11, based on a tattoo on her arm, or L for short, and it turns out she's not your average kid. She's got telekinetic powers, like she can slam doors, flip trucks, and eavesdrop on people from miles away. Oh, and she's got this creepy connection to Will's disappearance. Apparently, she escaped from this government lab where they were doing all these crazy experiments on her. And if that's not enough, she also knows about this alternate dimension called the Upside Down, which is basically a dark, twisted mirror version of our world. The Demogorgon. So, here's where it gets really juicy. The Upside Down is crawling with this terrifying creature the kids dub the Demogorgon. Picture a nightmare with a flower-like face full of teeth. The lab people accidentally let it loose, and now it's roaming around Hawkins, snatching people. Will's stuck in the Upside Down, dodging this thing while trying to stay alive. Meanwhile, the lab isn't just sitting back and letting Elle run free. They've got these shady government agents chasing after her, and they'll do anything to get her back. So now you've got the kids trying to hide Elle, Joyce talking to her missing son through Christmas lights, Hopper sneaking into the lab to figure out what's going on, and this monster terrorizing everyone. It's pure chaos. The teen drama. And let's not forget the older kids, because they're caught up in this mess too. Mike's sister, Nancy, is this straight-A student who's dating Steve Harrington, the king of high school cool. But then Nancy's best friend, Barb, disappears. All right, Barb, we'll never forget. And she realizes something's seriously wrong. Nancy teams up with Jonathan, Will's awkward but sweet older brother, to figure out what happened. They end up playing amateur monster hunters, which is equal parts badass and terrifying. There's this love triangle thing happening between Nancy, Steve, and Jonathan that adds a whole other layer of drama. Steve starts out as this total jerk, but by the end of the season, he's fighting monsters with a baseball bat covered in nails. Character growth. Am I right? The final showdown. The season builds up to this epic showdown. The kids, Hopper, and Joyce all team up to save Will and stop the Demogorgon. Elle uses her powers to confront the monster, and let me tell you, it's both awesome and heartbreaking. She ends up sacrificing herself to destroy the Demogorgon, and everyone thinks she's gone for good. But wait, there's more. Will is rescued from the Upside Down, but he's not exactly okay. He's coughing up slugs and having flashbacks to the Upside Down. Something's definitely not right, but everyone's too relieved to notice. And then there's this cliffhanger. Hopper leaves some Eggo waffles in a box in the woods, hinting that Elle might still be alive. The tea is scalding. Analysis: why Stranger Things hooked us. So what makes this story so gripping? For one, it's the perfect mix of nostalgia and fresh storytelling. The show is like a love letter to 80s pop culture, with its Stephen King vibes, John Carpenter-esque music, and Spielberg-style heart. But it's not just about the aesthetics. It's the characters that make it special. Elle is the heart of the show, with her journey from scared lab experiment to badass hero. The friendship between Mike, Lucas, Dustin, and Will feels so real, like they'd do anything for each other. And then there's Joyce, whose determination to find her son is both inspiring and heartbreaking. Even Hopper, with all his gruffness, has this vulnerability that makes you root for him. And let's talk about the horror. The Upside Down is genuinely terrifying, but it's not just there for scares. It's this metaphor for all the things we fear: loss, the unknown, the monsters inside ourselves. The Demogorgon is creepy, sure, but the real villains are the people who let it loose, the ones who experiment on kids and cover up the truth. That's what makes the story so compelling. It's not just about fighting monsters, but about fighting for what's right. So there you have it, the first season of Stranger Things. It's got mystery, horror, humor, heart, and just the right amount of nostalgia. And trust me, once you dive into Hawkins, you won't want to leave.